lunchtime. This is the grand finale before lunchtime.
Okay.
Okay, it's about time. Oh, there's a lot of green between here and there, Eddie.
Yeah, there is.
Oh yeah, baby. That's a good shot there, Ed.
What's that?
Watch out for that green ball. And then there's another red one. And
Oh! I got it.
I think I just ate my lunch.
I think it's
that's lunchtime.
Yeah, I think you did. It's
You know, we got track
right
time. Don't forget to track on our harvester timesheet.
Right.
Time out for lunch, then time in for lunch.
How much? 30 minutes?
Yeah, about 30 minutes.
All right,
maybe,
okay.
Maybe an hour and 30 minutes,
Yeah,
something
maybe
like that.
That sounds better to me.
But you know what? This timesheet thing comes up all the time.
It does.
And it gets some pretty big companies and small companies in a lot of trouble.
Yep.
I mean, big time. So we brought head harvester Steve here from HR to share with us the timesheet and how important it is. Tell us a little about what that is, about time, all the times we track it and how we do that.
Very important. Keep in mind first, timesheets have to be completed for all non-exempt employees. That means almost all of your hourly employees have to have a timesheet completed every pay period. Here are some common things for you to consider. First, just make sure that the beginning of the shift and the end of shift is calculated every day. Likewise, in most states, the beginning of the lunch period and the end of the lunch period also has to be documented as well. That's very, very important. And what we recommend to increase the legal defensibility of your timesheet, because if you ever get sued for a wage an hour or something like that, there are 3 attestations that you should have. The first attestation should be written at the very bottom that says something like, my signature below attests to the fact that all hours recorded on my timesheet are accurate. Something like that, and I have the language if you need it. Second attestation is that I attest by my signature below that I've taken all legally required rest periods and meal periods during this pay period. And the third is my signature below attests to the fact that I was not injured on the job during this pay period. So by verifying the accuracy of the time, taking the meal periods, and not having any workers' comp injuries, that gives a timesheet a very key part of the receipt process that allows you to defend yourself if you ever get sued for unpaid wages, overtime, or anything like that. Very important for you guys to do it the right way.
Yeah, what we're seeing happen is people will complain about that, and then the attorneys will get a few other people, and we call it, and they gather them together, and that's called a class action lawsuit. And we do not want one of those.
No,
very costly. Even if you win the suit, you lose a lot of money, right?
Exactly right.
A couple questions. One, should the attestations be in English and Spanish or the other languages that you speak?
The rule of thumb is whatever the second language is, whether it be Spanish or some other language, if 10% of your population, of your workforce speak that language, everything should be translated. So not just the attestations, the entire timesheet should be in a bilingual format as well.
Wow. How about lunch periods? Some of our clients, they say their guys don't want to take lunch.
Again, it's a state law that some states don't have to have a lunch period. We strongly recommend that you look at your state laws, make sure it's done correctly. In those states where lunch periods are required and their employees don't want to do that, the answer is no. It should be very clearly articulated in the employee handbook that employees must oblige and comply with all state laws regarding rest periods and meal periods every day. The non-exempt employees. Very important.
Great. You want to tell us a little about the download we have available here?
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, folks, in case you didn't get all that, because there's a lot to it, if you just put your name in and you'd be able to get the download, what Steve has done for us is provided all those details of exactly what should be on your time card. And then that's for California especially, which is probably the most severe of all the states.
Very bad.
So if you follow that, you know, you'll have it down then at that point. So why don't you just do that, and while you're doing that, why don't you just click the link for the Academy, the Harvest Academy, and there's a lot more HR information and a lot of just business information on how to run your company better. You know, some of the people who have gone on to the Academy are just overwhelmed and just shocked by how much information is in there. Okay, because we get the emails back. So for the first month, it's only $10, and you get my CD just for trying it. Okay, so this is Head Harvester Ed LaFlamme from the East Coast,
Head Harvester Bill Arman from the West Coast,
Head Harvester Steve Caesar for Human Resources.
Now go out there and harvest your potential.